So we've been seeing a lot of this lately. I wanted to show you my favorite way to cook asparagus. First things first, when it comes to storage, I always like to keep them upright in a container, a little bit of water at the bottom in the fridge, and please always remove and dispose of those rubber bands. They squeeze and hurt the vegetable. What we can do is come in here and just bend it in half. Wherever it naturally snaps, that's gonna be a good point for you to line them all up against this line. Then now we know we have our one asparagus. This is the point we want to cut them all at. And last thing, do not get rid of your asparagus stems. I'm gonna show you how to use these. Now, asparagus is like a sponge, but in order to get to that, you have to remove the outer skin. You can use a peeler or a knife. For this whole process, I like to use a bird's beak knife. Kind of looks like it has a bird's beak hook end there. We're gonna come in and just remove all of these outer leaves. Now, while you can remove this outer skin using a peeler, just gently taking down all the sides, I like to do it with a small paring knife. Starting by just making a very tiny guide mark all the way around up near the top of the asparagus, and this is called collaring. From here, you're just going to use your knife and ever so gently peel back the top layer, and you'll just slowly work your way around the entire stalk. The goal here is just to remove that outer skin without exposing too much of the white flesh and just that tough outer membrane. And what you're left with is a beautiful exposed piece of asparagus that's ready to cook. So one of my favorite ways to cook vegetables is in their own juices. Asparagus is a great example of that. All of these stems, I'm just gonna throw them through the juicer. If you don't have a juicer, you can just throw all of these into the blender with just a little bit of water and puree it on high. Hot pan, olive oil, asparagus goes in, salt, asparagus juice, and a lid. And you just want to let this simmer for a few minutes till they're tender. I like to come in with a knife, just give them a little poke. As soon as they're tender, they're done. I mean, look at that. Beautiful. Delicious. Once you try this, there is no other way. It's so good.